Hey there, name's Todd, doing a thing called Regular Guy Reports. So I started on another channel. So this is the first one that I'll be doing on this channel. I am not experienced with doing these videos, but I figure it's kind of like therapy. Just kind of talk about things that have meaning to me, or I might want to share with other people. In this particular video, I want to talk about a statement that somebody made. This person said, well, things will work out how they're supposed to. And I found that very upsetting. The idea things will work out how they're supposed to. I don't myself believe in fate. Life is about self-determination and about creating possibilities. My thoughts are we are the architects of our own reality. And this is something that, can be talked about ad nauseum. But for me, there was a great frustration in the conversation with this person. And it kind of made me want to yell and shake him and say that life doesn't work out how it's supposed to. It doesn't. Life works out how it works out. Life works out as a result of our own personal choices and the choices of others, for which sometimes we have to deal with the consequences of other people's choices as well as our own. But by controlling our choices, by controlling our impulses and our own reactions versus responses, we can have a great influence on how those things will work out. But they don't work out how they're supposed to. Now, I was countered with, well, you have to have faith that things are going to work out and things will be okay. And, well, my experience in life is things are not always okay. In fact, oftentimes they are not okay. And when things aren't okay, that's when I found out that I've learned my most important lessons. There have been situations where I have not made good choices and have to deal with the consequences of those choices. The thing is, I'm not the only one who's had to deal with the consequences of those choices. There are others who have dealt with the consequences of those choices. They may not always be immediate, but there are ripple effects that go out and affect the lives of others. No matter how much we don't think so, people's lives are affected by those things that we choose. And we're seeing today a lot in this world that there is a shift of accountability for what happens in our lives. Well, that's just the way I am, and that's that's how I feel. Well, yeah, as we know, those statements, those attitudes really screw up a lot of things. If we did everything that we felt like, well, we're kind of seeing in the world how that is when people just do what they feel like, as opposed to understanding that there is a right and wrong way to do things, that there things are a little more black and white than people like to pretend. It is not just shades of gray. There is black and white. There is good and evil in this world. And with the attitude that things will work out how they're supposed to, denies the fact that in my mind, that we have choice. We have the freedom to self-determine. And so we cannot always choose the circumstances in which we find ourselves, but we can always choose how we're going to react or respond to those situations. And by focusing on the ways that we can create our own realities, then we're better able to have input in the outcomes that we find ourselves experiencing in this life. Yeah, this is just kind of a scratching the surface on this type of situation. Myself, I think that this may be something that I delve into further as I look into trying to developing this channel, which is completely self-serving and completely for my own purposes, just kind of to remind me of who I am and who I could possibly be, trying to work out things as a man, things as an individual, as a sovereign, who is really truly self-determining. So that's what I'm trying to create, possibilities for myself, and maybe share these things with others. But things rarely work out how they're supposed to. Things work out how they do.